And all this is just,
With your permission, okay to record?
Yes.
And I'm speaking to?
Sharon Engel.
And Miss Engel, you're here at the County Administration Office right at the start of the day, right at the start of opening voting?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why are you here?
I always vote on election day in person. It's the best way to vote.
And
to make sure that your vote's secure.
You're here in person?
Yes.
You know, even though like the state sent out mail-out ballots to everybody in the state
Mm-hmm.
to try to mitigate social congregation and try to ease the burden of democracy on that. Why?
Well, that I think is your opinion, and also it's an opinion held by the state, but not necessarily my opinion. My opinion is that we don't have to be too concerned about voting. If you're a healthy person, you should be voting. If you're not a healthy person, then there are ways for you to vote absentee, which is a proactive process where you ask for that ballot to be sent to you.
Sure. That being said, people are voting. Most people in Washoe County have voted so far, about 71%, I think, at this point, at this juncture, with all the mail-in votes and in-person voting, which means we're going to probably have a sizable portion come in today instead as well. How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I think that you're going to see a lot of people come to vote. That's why I came to vote. I like to vote on election day in person. I think that that's the most secure way for me to cast my ballot.
And
I want it to count.
With your own eyes.
Yes, I want my vote to count. Yes.
Sure. I think to you guys to the question on why you're here in person, how you think it's going to go. I guess in closing, is there anything else that you want the people of Northern Nevada to know? Since you've run for office before, and for many offices in the community, and in the state, and you've seen how these things can go.
Yes.
I guess any advice for those who have put themselves out in the front line tonight on how to take what comes and goes tonight?
Certainly, if they feel like something has happened that was untoward, anomalous, something that was out of the ordinary that they didn't expect or shouldn't have happened. I talked to one fellow who was in line that said he came to vote early. They told him his ballot had already been cast and to come back and vote today in person. What I asked that gentleman to do was to go to EIPNV.com. That stands for Election Integrity Project Nevada, EIPNV.com, and fill out an incident report that is admissible in court. I believe that we need to document what goes on at the polls, and we're not expecting, but certainly it's not anomalous if I can be standing here in line and find a person that has already had his vote compromised, if you will, if somebody else is voting in his place. Of course, voter impersonation is against the law. We want to know those kinds of things. If you got more than one ballot in the mail, and that has been happening, that we are seeing people getting ballots in the mail that for folks that don't live there anymore, or for people they don't know, or even for people they know, but they've died, those kinds of things. We want to know that, and if they have kept those ballots, we would like to have them, again, fill out that incident report at EIPNV.com, and right there it has an address where you can send it to our attorney. We're collecting those. We want to clean up the process. We want to make sure that the process is as safe and secure as possible, and that every legally cast vote is accurately counted.
I will take that as a note, and I'm glad for giving me some guidance on where folks can go on that. So
Sure.
Thank you for...
It's EIPNV.com, Election Integrity Project Nevada.com.
Well, thank you for telling me that.
You're welcome.
And again, thank you for sharing a few moments with me, Ms. Engel. Again, I feel like no election day would be complete without talking to you. So I think we've seen each other every election day for the last 15, 20 years, I think. Perhaps. So
Perhaps I've been voting longer than that.
But yeah. yes, it feels appropriate. But it wouldn't be complete without saying hi or seeing you somewhere. So, Ms. Engel, I'm going to let you go because it's cold.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Take care. And this concludes my interview with Ms. Sharon Engel.